lovers of radio democracy, all the lovers of radio land, the voice of the masses. Hear this.
From Englandville Studios, good morning and welcome to another edition of the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. Today is Thursday, April 18, 2019. We where they bring this Thursday edition of the program come to you. Mina Asma James.
And Mina Khadija Bangura, good morning. Inside the program this Thursday morning, the First Lady Fatima Madabio don't encourage Salone people for use the green, white and blue for celebrate this year's Salone 58th Independence Day. The Minister of Health and Sanitation, Professor Alpha Tijan Wuri, say the ministry don't get service availability and readiness assessment report where they show the medical facility them where the country in health sector get. And today inside the program, the financial secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Sajusu, go give updates about the country in financial status.
This and plenty others to read them, plus the British High Commissioner and Salone, Guy Warrington, does say even if Britain left European Union, that's not go hamburg British support to Salone. Wakaboton are part of the program. Yourself with the listen can be part of the program through your text message to the number 077-981-981. You can say so go now with Radio Democracy Facebook page and drop your comments there. The program now Good Morning Salone and they come to you from 98.1 FM.
We will continue with the program Good Morning Salone, and we will take the first issue inside the program this morning. Outside the head coach for the Salone national team, Leon Stars, John Kista, don't say if the country want forget quality player them for represent Salone na different competition them na Africa and other parts them na the world. Authority them for football business for begin develop player them for the different category for the national team like the under 20 and the national Leon Stars team. John Kista talk this for sake of the first round of the Salone Premier League wages done. For more on this, let we join with sports reporter Musa S. Kamara.
Inside October 2018, the World Football Governing Body, FIFA, been suspend Salone from all their activity them. For sake we then say, the government been put on the work of the Salone Football Association. After the Anti-Corruption Commission been suspend the SLFA President Aisha Johansson and the Secretary General Chris Kamara on corruption allegation. This make plenty people call on the body them we responsible for football na Salone for make them begin the local league for develop the game locally. January 27 this year, the President Julius Madabio been take the kickoff for begin the 2019 Salone Premier League with 3.5 billion loan support from the government, with 13 team them after where the league not been played for but 4 years.
Football has become a quintessential part of our culture. I know you've been missing it. That is why I decided to bring it.
This is what football enthusiasts all over the country have been yearning for. It's a resumption of the Sierra Leone Premier League. 13 teams are participating in this year's league. Eastern Lions, Mighty Blackpool, Onebodian, Sports Authority, FC Cologne, Central Paris, Anti-Drugs, Arslav, FCFC, Eastern Tigers, Bull Rangers, Diamond Stars, and Cambo Eagles.
It's Cammy, baby. Premier League. It's alive. It's Salone Premier League.
I'm Victor Luis, chairman and owner of Eastern Tigers Football Club. These are one of the most important things in my own life personally because I like football. I live for football. Eastern Tigers were doing very fine. We get 30 players and get it started. We get 7 coaching staff. All those 37 people on contract, and then they pay their salaries.
I'm Osmaki Kamara, Igwe Kondos. I'm the PR of Mighty Blackpool Football Club. Probably a very good one. Find out say most of the brothers don't be employed. When a footballer them don't gain employment. And now most of the clothes are in the market. You find out say players will not be expensive today. They're all expensive now. So that's not the beauty of the game.
The first round of the Salone Premier League don't end. Usai 78 game play and player them from the 13 Premier League team them score 110 goals. Now this first round, Sufyan Kaloko from the Old Edwardians Football Club. Now one of the 2 player them where they lead the top goal scoring charts as he gets 7 goals na the league.
Some of we don't take this game as okay, and the past 4-5 years where game not playing in this country, some of we feel discouraged, but we thank God right now the Salone Premier League just starts up back. As for me right now, I will compete with Bemba as the top goal scorer. I get 7 goals, he get 7 goals, and due to the team we are the play for, make me able make this step efforts and get the 7 goals. And
I talk with supporter them we don't watch the first round of the
The
league.
Premier League is a good team because we boys them we don't see them for long. But like when this league starts, we tell God thank you. Now then player can both say me where the month they done, I able pay me rent, I able buy rest for me mama. Players they make much of that. And they see their appearance, they look good. Me na woman, but I can able attest to that say we can able get a national team safe now this league where they play right now.
Like Senegal, they don't ban them. They see how many years. Then come, then they home base them. Then play more matches than the league. So then get fitness. Now you make if you able to see them go World Cup. I mean, say like then we challenge all again. Then home base there. Then they play with the students. So man they out now. We say na player for Salone. But you not get team. But we know say we're not strong here now. Na Salone. Then they play with the students. We really appreciate the league.
From when the league starts, we don't see outstanding performance. Before now, when the league just starts, that first 5 games, you know, who will be the coverage game? We'll not see better team because the ball will not be used to the pitch. They'll not be used to the game. They'll not be used to how they play. But going forward, we see things can change. They begin put efforts. They begin play constructive football. We see now when they get more to go, when they get more boom bam boom. So now the ball they play within. So at least that make the turnout improve. People are begin come more and the stadium begin full. And we don't see a lot of players them where where they watch go identify. So these are possible players them they can make the Leon Star team.
John Kista, na the head coach for the national team Leon Stars. He gets this for say but the league and player then development one for national assignment.
Again, we've got to be very mindful. You know, I don't want us to get carried away as a country because we've seen the National League back playing and we feel say, you know, these players will be ready at this moment in time to go straight into the seniors and start representing Sierra Leone. I think we've got to be mindful about that. It's been a situation where players from overseas, people have had concerns about not having enough playing time. But I think what it gives us a lot of choices.
John Kista continue with this advice to authority them way concern.
With the league that's going on, we can start identifying an under-20s. We can see the players that are eligible for the under-20s. We can start working on those now, get a group of about 40 players together and start working on them. Even though the Premier League is going on, I think we can still do 3 days in a week to get them, you know, in terms of development, because we don't have time. We don't have academies. The same will apply for the under-23s as well. And then we have a home-based group as well of 40 players. What you're looking at is a total of 120 players that we're looking through or we're putting through development. We'll have a group of coaches that's working along these 3 categories and extra coaches as well. But then that will give us an idea of the objective that we want Sierra Leone to work around in terms of our development projects. So which means now we can start looking and say, okay, the players at the home base we're looking at to graduate into the seniors. The players from the under-23s we're looking at to graduate, and the players from the 20s we're looking at for them to graduate. This graduation process, I think, will be very, very important in terms of their development.
As the second leg of the league, they begin inside the first week of May. Supporter them hope say plenty pan the concern them way been there na the first round, like the issue of security, fixture, referee, player and official then conducts go change na the second leg of the league. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Musa S. Kamara.
7:40 now the time for Mo Studio Clock. We continue with the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. Now we headline this morning, we say the Financial Secretary Sir Jusu go talk about the country in financial status. Well, at the program this morning, we want to welcome the Financial Secretary Sir Jusu. Good morning.
Aspa, good body, Khadija, good body, be Fambode.
A pleasure for always get you in the studios.
Thank you.
Well, before we can talk about the financial status of the country, the Ministry of Finance and the team headed by the Minister bingo the Islamic Development Bank meeting in Marrakesh. From there, them go na the IMF and World Bank spring meeting in Washington. They don't come back. Waiting this mean for the country, whose benefits where he gets. We want to make you start the financial sector.
Well, Sierra Leone belongs to a number of agencies, bilateral, that are country to country, multilateral, that are agencies that way they deal with plenty countries there at the same time. So one of the agencies that we Salone belong to, that the Islamic Development Bank. We, EBC, they get annual meetings with the statutory meetings. So this year, we attend a meeting. The Minister of Finance, Bididi Jacob Jusu Safar, Abididi, and the staff with the charge of the multilateral project division, Bididi will guide we in terms of the processes will they go through. So we attend a meeting and we came up with a fruitful output, because they only attend a meeting for meeting sake. You attend a meeting for like bring benefit to the people we they go represent.
So waiting at them benefits here.
When people they could not see that the WhatsApp, we send a message. These days in the Lord, we get for communicate several fora. We be see you could tell the people that verbally, or you tell them through message. We would not get for avoid. So we send a message, and indeed it happened where the Minister of Finance signed a $22 billion financing facility for package for farming. We support farmers, and that'll be a, how do you call it, 1 year anniversary. Anybody knows we born picking the year the day we they make 1 year you they celebrate that one of the most memorable day. We sign on the 4th of April with the 1 year anniversary of the presidency and the government. So we call it, that was a gift to the farmers, because that $22 billion they target mainly the farmers, not anybody with the South Africa.
This,
in addition to that also is that in Marrakesh, one of the big breakthroughs is that some 3 years ago, the Islamic Development Bank trade unit we support the government of Sierra Leone for provide oil support, because in Sierra Leone the total oil import value for the year is about $260 million. So the Islamic Development Bank may provide oil support of $10 million. When the minister take over and when the government take over financing, that oil money may go into disarray. We try to find a way for sort it out. $10 million we get for pay over a period of 6 months. We try for stabilize that. We negotiate with them. Instead of $10 million, they agree say that they provide $40 million support to be importing oil fear into Sierra Leone. So in addition to the $22 million, the $40 million, that the biggest achievement that we'll do.
Then benefits here where you say una be able for achieve from the various meetings them way una attend.
This is just one meeting first.
Okay, from
we
the
are
one,
coming to the others.
All right, from the meeting where una attend, how the people them na Salone go able for gain from them benefits here, like in terms of implementation?
A lot. In terms of implementation, what people they need for do when a common practice all over the world, not to Salone. You get the Ministry of Finance where then they go source, then they go look for the money. If you did not pinhole, then they go bring the money for bring out to the people. Not only Ministry of Finance, they implement that. We don't even implement. Now the ministries with sisters, they implement those resources. But in terms of how they benefit, if we're able to bring money to farmers, it's able to improve on the farming activities. It's able to provide them access to tools. So anybody they do farming, anybody who they that the rural community will benefit from that. If we're able to support or import petroleum product from $10 million to $40 million, it will help not only the oil marketers companies, the oil marketing companies, but everybody. It will able to stabilize the oil price. So everybody will benefit from that.
The 22 na billion or million?
$22 million.
Billion dollars.
Million
oh,
dollars.
Okay, $22 million support to farmers them.
Yes.
So when we go see this project go kick off,
Well,
make it
as we,
benefits the country?
as we say, they go raise the money, we give her up to various ministries. This the Ministry of Agriculture will work with them for let go fast track the utilization.
One thing where plenty people want know about right now na the current state of economy na the country, because even where una pull the technical report, summary of the technical report, different mixed feelings been they say or na been tactics for divert the 1 year anniversary. Larry, as financial secretary, we basically hold the country economy. Waiting at the state of the economy as we speak.
Well, as per this time, third time we had at the station, and I believe say no other financial sector don't ever do that in the history of Sierra Leone. We don't decide say we engage and tell people that the truth. I don't want to go big lie in a corner or sit with me colleagues or brother to say we do well. When we take over, and when I take over as financial secretary on the 12th of April 2018, there were a lot of challenges. Everybody be know, and the challenges that still there, but we do well. We beat prices that be changed by day. You go to the market today, they give you invoice or they give you price. We go the next minute, the next day, the price they change. Now they call inflation. You know what kind of house your housemate tell you say now so your road cost, then the next minute or the next day where you go you see add 1,000 per argument. Now what they call inflation. That was the challenge. Secondly, ABD in the position that even government for pay salary pass for good trust from central bank. That was the economy. ABD is situation where ABC every minute you know something about what they happen. That was the economy. And me no one for talk a lot now also about GDP growth, because me until we in a village, you don't know about GDP growth. The people they talk about what did they affect them. But as we they talk from that situation, that history, you can't rely on history so much. You don't talk about what did they happen. And as we talk, we don't see say things that don't stabilize. And as we talk, we don't see say the economy, everybody they look forward. It like way they born picking. Way born picking, the picking and 1 year old, 2 year old, you the hope see it go better. But if you born picking, may the Lord forbid see you don't grow for 2 years, you had the point. But we see the picking, a sit down, a grip, a the worker. And that's so exactly the economy. The economy not like something we is stagnant. Right. It like human being we it grow. So as we speak today, the economy don't improve significantly. And with the CM, where everybody they talk about it, the international community they talk about it, and as we go into the discussion, they see how the economy they move.
All right, the economy don't improve significantly. You talk about 1 year ago na come, the challenges una meet. No, they trust again. Trust na the central bank price they change day by day. You know that thing them. But one go and ask, wait, you don't change, because when you check also the exchange rates, as we speak now, almost they go 9,000. The price change where you talk about now still the same. So waiting don't change now in the last 1 year, as you said, significantly don't change.
Well, as financial secretary, you are the professional and administrative officer in charge of the economy. So in that case, I go talk about the exchange rate, but not in depth. We don't see the governor that can talk there. And many people don't talk about the exchange rate. The exchange rate is the biggest challenge we have, not only Sierra Leone, but across West Africa. In fact, there is a country in Ghana, because it is a public domain, I go talk there, where EBC, they don't even set a special commission of inquiry for let them investigate which it don't cause the exchange rate. It don't depreciate so much. What will happen basically in the world, not to individual country your responsibility. Not to foresee money, they don't go take out, they don't throw here. But the US dollar, which are the most powerful currency in the world, don't appreciate. We don't appreciate all other currencies, sort of don't depreciate, which means they don't fall down. And in West Africa, apart from Sierra Leone, they all face the same problem. With neighboring countries, they are facing that challenge. Guinea, Liberia, they face that challenge. The Ghana, they face the challenge. Gambia, they face the challenge. So not to foresee the exchange rate challenge where it be, where it don't happen, now because of mismanagement of the economy.
FS, apart from the exchange rates, where you dey try for explain about this economy where you say don't improve, but yet still business people they grumble because of taxes, and also business people they increase prices every day, and the people all they go buy market themselves get issues. So how the economy really don't improve?
Well, when we say the economy they improve, we get key indicators. It's like we did at school. Last year, he came 15th in school. Now, on a 45 in that class. The same set of people would have all passed or would have all failed. But the other year, from 15, you can't 10th. Then the other year, you can't 4th. The other year, you can't 3rd. At NBC, you are the best individual in the world. So that's how economy will grow. When they say economy they improve, you do look at the general trend. What did they happen to government finances? Whether people are paid on time, whether agencies that they get money on time. You look at whether corruption cases in government na everyday thing or not. So in this respect, wait for me, as you talk about even taxes, we don't do a lot in terms of taxes. And this is the message we in the conflicting. And I go on for let you know and let the public know even about the taxes. Since last year, April, when in July, when the Minister of Finance go to Parliament to date, we don't reduce taxes a lot for let benefit the public. The import duty on flour will reduce that from 20% to 10%. The import duty on rice now 0. Anybody where they import rice to this country, you know they pay tax for the past how many years? So when the importers of rice, they talk certain tranga. Sometimes they know they talk the true word, but government are cobra. They don't pay no tax, they don't pay no duty. The import duty on juice will reduce them from 30% to 20%. The import duties on alcohol excise duty now be $4 per liter and $2. They reduce that to 2 and 1. In fact, when Minister make that announcement Parliament, everybody laugh about it. We look at the import duty on imported mineral water. We increase that because we get water where they produce the Salone. Salone are one of the highest raining beds in the world.
But all of this,
allow me on the taxes, because many people they talk about the taxes where EBC they increase price to their customers. The customers they don't know, the public don't know.
First, we come in and ask some questions.
Yeah. Vegetable oil will not change anything. Import on tobacco tariff we increase it because it affect the health. We look at the marginal pay tax. We reduce the taxes from 35 to 30%. So when people, the business people, they make statement, they make about government that the things they don't trigger because government don't increase price. There is not a single tax that don't increase, and we're comparable to our neighboring countries of Liberia and Guinea.
So then thing they always don't read from paper. If they really
Now the fact, not about
okay,
paper.
the facts
So where
them
they
way
increase.
the facts them way you don't read from the paper. If they really they exist in the country, why you think say the business people and for the race concern?
No, businessman all over the world. Businessman all over the world. Economics way Milan. Businessman they try always to adjust a tax for make profit.
All right, so the issue about raising revenue, I don't they talk about NRA, they try for do their own. One go on way to they spend their money then they pay, we wanna can raise their revenue, especially on tax.
Well, this is really a good thing. Sierra Leone today is recognized in the world as one of the good performers. Not because they love the individuals where they in power, because of what they do. Because when they raise the revenue, would they expend it well? And the expenditure would they undertake, not a secret, is open. Individuals the decision, with staff the decision, with partners the decision. So from where we start for raise revenue, with the expend on things where EBC people don't foresee, the free education. You see where we published the expenditures the would undertake with the publisher. On university alone, we spent over 200 billion last year. Because all come, there be all universities there across the country, colleges. With the spend on free education. And the free education expenditure would pay for every picking. With the pre-primary school, primary school, and secondary school. We started with 28 billion, it increased to 36 billion. Every primary school picking, we see with the provider textbook, 5 core textbooks. There will be delay in procurement, but the schools, more than 80% of the schools, the one they don't get the textbooks, the 5 textbooks, where they spend money there. School buses. When government say they provide school buses, they spend on school buses, you know me see that they take the bus, it up that corner, they can't give you. The buses then, we don't pay for that, we spend money there.
All right, continue for David we na the program. Sir Jesu in the financial sector, na the Ministry of Finance. There this morning they give updates on the current financial status of the country. When they come back to you, we will continue for explain. But quickly, let we take this commercial break.
Salone Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile App, you can able for use Salone Link money transfer for send money to anybody like you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office like you not get the account number. Buy Ed-Salite, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for we boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salone Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salone Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering value.
Commercial Bank. We dey continue with the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Where they bring the program come to you this Thursday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Asma James.
We dey look at more issues, and now we dey go outside the British High Commission and a Salone. Guy Warrington don't ask the British government for continued and support to Salone Pan Development Program them, as he say, even if the British left the European Union through Brexit, no go and bog British support to Salone. Guy Warrington talk this with the British High Commission, where they celebrate Queen Elizabeth in 93-year birthday. Musa S. Kamara be part of the celebration in Igona report.
April every year, the British community can come together for celebrate Queen Elizabeth II in birthday. The British High Commissioner Salone, Wednesday, April 17, come together for celebrate the Queen in 93-year birthday. Outside the British High Commissioner Salone, Guy Warrington, talk about the British commitment for support the country.
Sierra Leone remains the biggest bilateral recipient of development assistance in Africa on a per capita basis. This is a partnership. A strong, prosperous and peaceful Sierra Leone is our common objective. Sierra Leone's long-term success matters to the UK, and this year we were very pleased to welcome the new National Development Plan, which sets the scene for the next 5 years.
Guy Warrington talk about some of the development program them where the British government don't do na Salone. Na area them like human resource development, private sector, the fight against Ebola, education and other area them.
We're working closely with our partners to enhance human capital across Sierra Leone, while empowering women and adolescent girls with access to family planning, education and greater livelihood opportunities. This year alone, 2.7 million handbooks in English and maths are now with pupils in support of the government's free quality school education initiative. We've also seen free healthcare drugs distributed to community healthcare centres, hospitals and clinics across the country to improve maternal and child health. The UK's support to Sierra Leone's security sector, represented here by the CDS and his colleague and senior members of the police force, continued at pace. And in November, we were honoured to host His Excellency President Julius Maado Bio at ISAT, the UK International Security Organisation here, so he could learn firsthand about our support. This support includes working with the RSAF and the Sierra Leonean police to support the country's contribution to peace and security in Africa, and it is our ambition to help Sierra Leone rejoin the cadre of peacekeeping nation.
But with all the support here, plenty Salone people concerned say if Britain left the European Union through the Brexit negotiation where they carry on now, they no go able give them kind support here to the country again. But this, according to Guy Warrington, even if Britain left the European Union now, this no go hamburg the support where the British government don't they give to Salone.
Brexit is a complex issue and I don't think anyone can predict the outcomes. But I can tell you two things about Brexit. One is that Brexit will make no difference to the beneficial market access that Sierra Leone enjoys to the UK in trade terms, nor will it make any difference to the strength of UK investments in Sierra Leone. Both those things will continue. The second thing I can say that's certain about Brexit is that we will continue to work with European partners in much the same way that we have done before to help the government to achieve its development target. The reality is that we continue to share the same values and we will continue to advocate them.
Inside in talk, the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Nimatulai Bachang, tell thank you to the British government for the support we then do they give to the country and encourage them for continue the support na different developments area them. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Musa S. Kamara.
Right, 4 minutes after 8, now the time for my studio clock. And if they listen to the program, they listen to Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. Now the studios this morning, we get the Financial Secretary, Sir Jusu, we don't they talk about the economy. Now they come look at, we go for a look at the technical reports, but let we come to go back to the spring meeting. We wanna just come out. $230 million commitment from the World Bank. With the about all the support there with the bank they don't give to Salone. But this one are the latest from World Bank. Tell me about and how it go benefits and whose area they wanna go invest Tampa.
Well, I'm glad you raised that. We don't inform the public through social media, and this is not the first time in the history of Sierra Leone. Inside 3 or 4 months, we World Bank they commit and approve $230 million, and I can challenge anybody where the part of Sierra Leone and the economy of Sierra Leone to challenge it. You know, in March, President Bio Bidena, America, he met with the interim president of the World Bank, and they made commitment of $230 million. So when we go to the spring meeting with the Minister of Finance, with the boss, Honorable Jacob Jusu Safa, we farm her up that against June, the World Bank, they make available to Australia $230 million. 50% of that money in a grant. The other 50% in a credit, soft loan for people over 40 years. Today, I believe, say any Sierra Leone where they tell us, go na you bank, they take a loan for 40 years. If they not take time, that bank, they not going to open because the bank would too much go turn to human shield. But the project, the way what the bank do, they say for now make this year easily available to them. The project, the way they don't do, because World Bank project, it take about 12 to 18 months for let them approve. But they say within 3 months, because of the way we don't manage the economy within 3 months to the approval against June. The one project, the agriculture, they increase them by $30 million from 40 million, it go to 70 million. The energy sector for improve on the light business staff freighter, they increase them by $50 million. Social safety net, even though the CC things are challenging where people they can say bread and butter business, etc. You need to take care of the challenges where government they face in the social sector, dealing with the disabled, dealing with the people that were in the community, what they able to afford for the picking them. They increased the money by $50 million, $30 million. Western area also again for improve over the urban setting. Also that $250 million. The transport sector also they increase by $50 million. Even the free quality education. You know, Salone now is known in the world as a champion of education. They don't even assign somebody in Sierra Leone to be one of the delivery, the champions representative. They pay ticket for, they gear per diem, they travel all over the world for showcase Sierra Leone as a country where they would say that's $70 million. So from me own life, where are the work? And any other person within Sierra Leone, with an economist, they challenge that within 3 months, within 4 months, the World Bank approved $230 million. And we tell President Bioteki because of a visit we do to World Bank. And let me add on to this, the spring meeting, Siliano was a Dali. I want to listen to this, Khadija, the big. When they get the World Bank president, David Mapas, and I believe see World Bank people did listen this, and I believe see even if they don't listen, they go tell them. The Sierra Leone Minister of Finance, Jacob Jusu Safa, now the first Minister of Finance in Africa, who the new World Bank president meet, he talk about her. He go a panel, he talk, and he praise Sierra Leone for the things that we don't do in the last 1 year. So this accolade, I want to congratulate the government of Sierra Leone for this kind of thing we don't happen since Sierra Leone was born since independence, that they elect a World Bank president. See the first Minister of Finance who they talk to, Minister of Finance from Sierra Leone.
There millions, FS, there millions and billions of dollars there, so we you call. That ordinary man listening to you go glad for you such kind of figures say we're not able to go get her on behalf of Salone. But with all them figures, then be big figures there. When you come to the country, cost of living and the condition of living, you really satisfied with her?
No country don't do way they go, we reach at the airport. You meet people that gather before you, they tell you, see, we government to do it, and they clap for you. Cost of living now is part of the human being. How you behave, how you make yourself live, how you cater for yourself. Now so you live that the world. Despite that, the challenges of the cost of living, it don't deal with several governments. and we battle that. We don't do several things, and we are doing several things. We don't see the government of Sierra Leone not for depend on mining, we diversify the economy. We don't see, we give incentives to the sectors where they create jobs. No government, no country, nothing that the world will be see. Now the government they provide job to everybody. But government they provide an enabling environment. We don't see Sierra Leone for be destination for private sector investment. Now they provide jobs. Would they give incentives to factories? They create jobs. Would they give incentive to agriculture? Agriculture sector, nobody know they work in the agricultural sector in this country where they pay a single tax. All the equipment where they can are tax free. Everything where they do are tax free. Where they export are tax free. These are the things we for continue for do for create jobs.
All right.
You don't see say we don't get private sector investment forum. Now Boston, now Washington, now Ghana, and Abu Dhabi. We don't make a fanfare about it. But people they don't see Sierra Leone they do well, and private sector can strive in Sierra Leone for create the job.
Mr. Ifes, let we come to take you back to the buses where una don't buy. Where they come the 50 buses. Una go through the procurement processes for buy.
Oh, yes.
And how much the 50 buses then cost?
Well, I can always tell people they say you expect the financial secretary for do everything. And I mean responsibility for do I care for details. The 50 buses they cost $4.7 billion equivalent. And when they pay the money in millions, we don't they pay in dollars. The 50 buses they advertise publicly. We announced in July. The Minister of Transport and Aviation advertiser, people that bid for them, and the process they on. As we speak, we Minister of Finance would not pay 30% of that, of $4.7 billion to pay Ilios, evidence today. And we see the buses for CAM, they deliver, they accept them before we pay the 70%.
All right, so you talk about the prices, the tax just now, but according to statistics, the consumer price index within pool, food and non-alcohol don't increase from 1.06% February 2019 to 1.33% inside March 2019. When we say the cost, the rates don't increase slightly. So and now they tell you just not, but how all that tax. The one I don't pull on the different thing them where you make mention of alcohol.
Well, I don't know how many people they understand where you see consumer price index.
Now I report now thing where statistics are looking do.
Yes.
Check
But
on
I just want for let the public know what did they try for talk about. See now the price there what did they change in the market. Now in the consumer price. We go yesterday, what did the beat? And not only Sierra Leone, we did do well. If you go Guinea, with neighboring countries, that percentage we don't show, they don't double. If you go Liberia, it's more than double. If you go Ghana, they are 28%. Liberia is 28%. Ghana, I may tell you now earlier. And what did they drive this? Now, two factors. What did the country they do, and what did the external country they do, the rest of the world. What did happen, allow me, what did happen in the world, the dollar don't appreciate, the value of the dollar, it don't increase. So all other countries in West Africa and Africa and all over the world, the prices all don't increase. Not only Sierra Leone don't increase.
You also make
and
mention
at that,
of
they expect
FS.
for let everybody know. So we the feta.
You also make
we try for behave. In fact, if not to the currency challenges, no, we're not to no, we're not be see now government you're doing or a central bank you do it. If not to foresee we manage the economy well, if it don't be worse than this.
FS, you also make mention of tax when not they pan rice, the imported rice. But we see the price of rice, they go up drastically.
As I tell you, I want any importer of rice, let it call on this phone, let it call 98. If any importer, we get 16 importers of rice, including WFP. We get 8 main importers of rice. We get 3 of them, where they account for 75% of the import of rice in Sierra Leone. From 2010 to 2017, about 2.8 trillion euros. Now, the revenue we government lost with those 8 importers, allow me forget.
But if they know they pay tax,
me, please,
if they know they pay tax, FS, why the prices of rice?
Well, you also ask that because you want to ask why would they increase price? Did they increase price because of possibly depreciation, or they want for profiteer, or government know that they store? Did they camouflage? They lie by the people there.
Women say the monitoring. Women say the monitoring mechanism.
Let me tell you, now Sierra Leone, now the only country in West Africa with rice import that's 0. I want to let you know that from 2010 to date. So when Mr. Seki asks, say from 2010 to date, the duty where government don't waive about 2.8 trillion leons. It don't go to the 8 people in their pocket.
But this is simple logic.
I don't need for call the names.
This is
some
simple.
people there, if I call their name, like you paddy there.
All right, FS, we can go.
All the seat, that be paddy there.
All
I
right,
can tell them.
we can go for a
Say
break.
this duty free when government they give you, what you don't do for reduce the right price.
We can go for a short break, but we see on we page some clarification need for be made on the 50 buses where you say 4.7 now million on a billion.
4.7 million.
All right.
Dollars.
All right, $4.7 million dollars and not billion for the because some debates are going on we page on Facebook. Well, we'll go for this short break where we continue the program.
Better don't come. Now Union Trust Bank again. Union Salone Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Let me savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. Me and you. Union Trust Bank, Salone for me and you. Kids future savings account, ide. School fee savings account, ide. Pay advance salary scheme there. We branch and they all up but not alone. Bokono kenema, we dey. Kabala mabego kakambia, we dey. Jala free town loan sa, we dey. And my lengthy one, me and you. Union Trust Bank, me and you. Union Trust Bank, Union Trust Bank, na Salone for me and you. Union Salone Banco, Union Trust Banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses.
You are an innovator. We want to bring change. You get passion and zeal for do something. Anytime you there, we dey look for you because you time don't come.
Salone Cable Limited believe the strength where technology and innovation get for make business and economy grow and tinap stronger one for developments where go come with money. And Salcap the launch for the first time, then Tech Startup Challenge. For you who want to be part of this program, now for send you business idea and team them what you sabi make. For tap the problem them inside book learning, well body business, agriculture and energy. Send your application to startup@salcap.sl and member say April 30 now the deadline for all application. For no more, call 079 923 524. Salcab, connecting innovators to endless opportunities.
All right, so we continue with the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. They look at more issues inside the program this morning. April 27th, 1961, at the time when Salone gets independence, outside some people don't they use this day for celebrate freedom, culture, unity, love, and plenty other things them about the country. And for this year, April 27th, when at the Independence Day, the First Lady, Madam Fatima Bio, don't say because of the country economy not stable yet, government not go able for celebrate this day. This make the Julius Maada Bio Women's Wing don't decide for fund and do all thing for sake of this celebration as government not get for put their own couple. Now this year Independence Day celebration. For sake of this, the Julius Maada Bio Women's Wing don't agree for fund this year Independence Day celebration. Saptiu Kalon been part of one meeting with them all and they go now report. Alright, we dey bring another report the way Saptiu Kalon do. Outside the JMB Women's Wing don't make commitment say they go fund this year Independence Day celebration. Still, we get the financial secretary from the Ministry of Finance at the studio, Wena Sajusu, where they continue for give updates on the country in financial status and they talk about different things them we get for do with salon economy.
Mr. FS, so 1 year into the presidency of Julius Maada Bio, would be plenty people they say, critic they say, get nothing for sure inside the last 1 year, particularly when it comes to the economy. Waiting now the achievements them in this last 1 year when it comes to finance.
For sure, what the government don't do for 1 year. Now the responsibility of the president. But when you say in particular economy, now we on responsibility. Because the president now the lead we and we don't see the good work with the president don't do we it don't explain to everybody and the people themselves that street they see. And one of the things that they drive the government to the economy. When President Bio take over and when the government take over, we not be get IMF program. And I want to let everybody know today where people they work for lie, or where people they work for deceit people that can talk so many things. The IMF is like the chief monitor of economic issues all over the world. They monitor what they happen in America, they monitor what they happen in France, they monitor what they happen in Senegal, they monitor what they happen in Sierra Leone. If you don't get business for do it, the IMF, it's like you get daddy or uncle, you don't get business for do it. Not only they control you, but you take what we would call homegrown measures and economic policies, and that this government does succeed for do in the last 1 year.
All right, Mr. Financial Secretary, quickly, would they give you time? But Lord, just listen to the reports where Saptiu Kalondu, who say the Julius Maada Bio Women's Wing don't make commitment for support this year Independence Day celebration, which will be April 27th.
His Excellency said he doesn't think we should celebrate independence. Well, I know why he's saying that.
Voice of the First Lady, Madam Fatima Bio, be they explain to journalists them na the Ministry of Information and Communication and Conference Room, but the role where the Julius Maada Bio Women's Wing get for play pan the country in 58 years independence. Usai it continue for talk about the reason why the JMB Women's Wing get for fund and do all things for celebrate Salone Independence Day.
But the good part of this whole arrangement is the fact that JMB Women's Wing, we've been around. We are not asking the government for a single penny. Anybody come up with any story, we'll make it very clear here, they're lying. We have been very good managers in terms of fund management. So we have no intention of bringing elaborate bills and say pay for us. Because if this is something that we cannot do, we will not take that on board. We've done things like this before now, and we want to do it again. So we have formidable women all around the world who are not looking for jobs, but they just want to celebrate Sierra Leone.
The First Lady continue and say this year's celebration of independence not get for do with politics or party color, as he say this are the time where Salone people for begin put the country first and do thing them way for showcase how the world say Salone don't they improve and develop.
So we now have the opportunity to celebrate Sierra Leone. We want to celebrate Sierra Leone for many reasons. We want to change the narratives of everybody. When you talk about Sierra Leone, they talk about guns, they talk about Ebola, they talk about mudslides. We want them to know that no, the last time a gun was shot in this country is 20 odd years ago. Why do you keep referring to us as a war? Is it the rebel country? We want to change that narrative.
How the 58 years Independence Day of Salone celebration get for Talek, First Lady Fatima Bio explain.
It's a parade. We're going to have school children come out and march around the city up to the stadium. That's what we'll be doing. We're going to have officers. We're going to have everybody that wear uniform in this country to come out and celebrate your national flag. So we're calling on Sierra Leoneans to celebrate. We want the green, white, and blue to fly on the 27th. We want to see people in green, white, and blue attire. We want to see people putting flags of green, white, and blue in front of their houses. We want to see school children holding the national flag around this country. We want to see officers holding the green, white, and blue flag. We're not telling people we want you to hold Mother Bio's picture. We want Sierra Leoneans to celebrate green, white, and blue in your own little way. Put a flag in front of your house.
Inside a young talk as the chairperson for the Julius Maada Bio Women's Swing, Emma Kowajalo say everybody can help for celebrate Salone as he say other women and organization them don't begin for contribute on their own towards the Independence Day.
And in addition to First Lady, nothing is for free, obviously. We as GMB women, many of us do work. You have market women, the ordinary market women do contribute. So we already taxing ourselves anyway as women because that's what we want to do. That's passionate. We have said that we're going to do it. So we tax ourselves. That's one way of raising the fund. We will obviously have flags that will cost money. And in fact, it is a national thing. If you want to donate and contribute to us GMB women, you're more than welcome. You can say, I'm doing a flag today. I'm sponsoring a flag for a school child.
Emma Kowajalo, chairperson for Julius Maada Bio Women's Swing, and say all the women them na JMB Women's Swing not just capable for fund and celebrate Independence Day, but also able for bring sustainable development na Salone. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Saptiu Kalon the report.
Confusion. But this confused me, boo. Look where Uncle Nat in World Solid. Look him block them with them beach for him, where they save solid, and at the same amount of cement and sand then they use for beach me own. But look what in the happen. Me wall down for them, all the block they all don't scatter. It like say some kind magic they behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life, and extra yield cement where are the use, and that's not Dangote 3X Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement na the highest grade cement in the country. When na 42.5 R grade cement, when no one day come na this country, and na one of the highest grade pan cement where you go get na the wall. Where you want your concrete, wall, and block solid, use Dangote 42.5 R cement, you no go regret them. You go get Dangote 42.5 R cement na all the shop and building material store na the one whole country.
Is the love that I have from
Mornin Salone for we home. Yes, Salone now we own. We can only build this land if we own. Plan we live to come years and ages. Been in cages. All we need for do not for turn new pages. But woman don't die, we kill and cry. Bola don't come, but woman still survive. No matter we wages, one rank ranges. We need to be united for God to black faces. With unity, freedom, and justice. I pledge my love for SL. Into the hills.
We dey continue with the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We still get the financial sector in the studio when Asajusu they explain about some of the achievements them way President Bio in government don't make in terms of the economy inside the last 1 year. You don't talk about so many challenges, the one they wanna inherit and some of the things they wanna work towards. But 1 year along the line, most people be the hope say with all the financial policies them where President Bill introduce we take over power, things go change, but nothing enough seem for change it first.
Well, it depends on who say you tin up. Now you go toxic or possible toxic, that don't change it. Something we don't boil for several years, you not go make it one day. But before I get into the things the way they don't change, let me just come back to the bosses where the 50 bosses, it costs $4.7 to $4.8 million for 50 bosses. And their bosses, the 45-seater bosses, now school bosses, where the boss go to that, it go actually show see picking the condom, it get a stop sign, a standard bosses for picking it.
You think say the country actually need them bosses here at this time?
Of course. No country don't the now the world we don't need public bosses. In fact, like England, so the good name they get now because of the public transport system. When you look between England and Paris, the famous Eurostars, where everybody can want for member, but one day you don't make profit, but they work in the break even. So for a country like Sierra Leone, bus is very much needed. Not everybody can afford. But coming back to achievement, what we need for let everybody know. Salone, few years ago, 1 year ago, not to be a country where they be known. Where would they go IMF World Bank meeting, would they beg for space for every talk. This trip will go, Salone, one of the 4 set of countries, will be the World Bank Vice President for Africa, where they deal with all the African countries. Salone, the first country where EBC will be to the IMF first managing director, where Committee one can Salone. That did not ever happen if you don't do well. Salone, the first country where EBC, they elect a World Bank president, is in a Sierra Leone Minister of Finance Force at the meet at Tokuta, openly and publicly, a praise Sierra Leone. David Mapas.
So how do they benefit Salone people?
A lot, because you see, say, in 3 months, you can see that money where the bid of commit for Sierra Leone, would give Sierra Leone $230 billion. In fact, they don't make commitment from July till go. Anybody when they give Sierra Leone a grant, they say we'll not give loan to Sierra Leone again. It not ever happen. Not because na hands of person they deal with, but that the good things that they do. One, revenue. Sierra Leone now be the worst revenue collection country in Africa. Today we are among the best performers. The revenue increased by 1 trillion in 1 year. The revenue increased to 14.3% of GDP. And we don't set a target that by 2023, we will reach 20% of GDP. For you to be a good boy in economic management, your revenue for be 15% of GDP. So allow me. You see the actions the world don't take on revenue. We say not just collect what you supposed for pay. We don't add. We don't even reduce taxes. Like they pay taxes, we don't reduce that.
FS.
But when they collect, the question when people they ask now, who side this revenue they come out? It's because we just want to be honest. The revenue when they go down, the people they pocket will say, Lord, try for raise out.
FS, la member use some President's bill in pronouncement that we be making in terms of the fiscal discipline them. It be make a commitment say it go introduce the annual debt ceiling, we go make Salone no borrow again. How far governments don't go for make sure say this commitment where the president will make work?
Anyway, except you refer me to the page, we signed a commitment day of annual debt ceiling. Pass it because me, I not read it. Because me and my colleagues, they all the work now, Minister of Finance, I don't call their staff. We get the manifesto, we get the state opening of parliament, we get all the budget statement. Everybody forget to the table. I don't know who said the right debt ceiling, but notwithstanding that, we don't do what a country for do and what they don't expect for law do. We don't cancel 3 debt. We count to $320 million. By that commitment alone, by that action, it shows see, without introducing debt ceiling, we don't do exceptionally well. And for that make the appoint me as one of the 14 countries for represent 75 countries in the world for negotiate. And one of the key things that were there on the agenda of those countries who discussed are the spring meetings, the debt issues, debt vulnerabilities. Apart from that, when we can with like put overdraft, individuals we get with the commercial bank now overdraft to get. The central bank between government and the Bank of Sierra Leone, they call it ways and means. When we take overweight, the overdraft now 164 billion. We end the year by 75 billion, which means we pay down. So the commitment of President Bio, it not only translate into, it not only talk about wars, is translated into action, and you see the figures. Right now, I tell you, IMF does send questionnaire to we. Now explain how we before underspend what we program for. Allow me. Before now, all the years, for the past 25 years we had to work, I beg Khadija.
But FS, we go for the coming and ask question. At time would they deal with? Who's not get enough time again? So how the conversation they go? Yes. Now so for the make them interactive.
Yes, but I want to follow you know where you talk about what the government will do. We and me and my colleagues then, what would they struggle with now for explain to the IMF and with the showcase to the world how we don't stay within our means for 1 year, how we not overspend, we live within what we available.
All right.
These are the challenge we'll get.
All right. So as we go along with the program, also it will be justice if we also talk about the audits, technical audits, where governments ask Auditor General's office for do technical audits now for sector them telecoms, energy, roads, and social security. After that launching day we wanna do of the summary, we see a whole lot of the debates, particularly also being gets the Auditor General and studio who say EBC and also Parliament be first of all say we not be get right for pull that summary they not do. So why we not been pulling a do before the Auditor General and a Parliament?
Well, I believe say this serious debate, but for government not to debate. Government stay with the figure where it show, and with the tell I want for on behalf of government for say many thanks to the Auditor General. The woman now somebody way it does start the test of time. When the audit came up, not to Auditor General say we na audit. now the Minister of Finance and the government say, Lord, get a sample of what did happen. We talk to defeat UK, United Kingdom. They say we will support this kind of audit. It not ever happen in this country. Auditor General say for they do this kind of audit, and they bring people there from other countries, from Tanzania, from Ghana, from Kenya. In fact, the Auditor General of Ghana, we can Auditor General can go to we talk. Expert auditors, forensic auditors, engineers, accountant, economist, social security. We say, given the nature of the audit when a difficult thing, Lord just go into it. 4 agencies for 3 years. And the Auditor General, add up. Go do addition. No sector, no the way add. Add the aggregate. But we as economists, Minister of Finance and government, now responsibility for know and tell the people what are the money involved. So now we write for put together. We say these 4 sectors of telecom, of energy, of roads, of NACIT, what is the total money we need to talk about to be accounted for. The Auditor General get 3 categories. 1, the one they wait for reform. 2, the one they wait for investigate. 3, the one they wait for do administrative. We'll put all things together. It comes to 1,036,501,67.35. For NATCOM, now $11.4 million. For Siratel, $52.6 million. For SALCAP, $4 million. For Ministry of Works and Public Assets, $256 million. For SLRA, $574 million. For SALHOC, $559 million. For RMFA, Road Maintenance Fund, the famous one, $70.5 million.
Well, they can look at
so
figure
me,
than the
please,
FS.
please.
Well, they can
so
look at
we that with responsibility and we stay by the figure that $1,036 million is still to be accounted for. And let me tell you, earlier correct, where be the listen Michael Asamba. It disappoint the public. Allow me, please. Michael Asaba begin argue that I say, why they for ask the man for bad the way they don't take the money for pay in 1 month. Not to in this that they
not go one day you call somebody in name over for the opportunity back for can respond. Now we look
not
at
for argue for 10 people that say if for pay 1 day or 2 days. It's so disappointing for a governance person for say what they say for pay and not to be the staff financing. Now the Auditor General in her audit report where they are, where it talks say this person for refund against June.
Now we look at the procedure and let anybody
allow me,
Mr. Jusu.
No, let me come. This let me come a debate and let people they listen. Let see anybody where they mention. We don't mention names, but where they inside the audit report, where did I say I don't receive that money there? If anybody of that type don't come to that talk say or to the public say I don't receive $4 million, they report and they show say it show the bank details, it show the check number, it show the date, it show the swift message. Some people the way they inside the report inside 6 months they will draw from their dollar account, government account 66 times. How you go take a mobile company, private mobile company, where you go take government money, say the helper for expand over $2 million? Would that accept they are going to pay and they will pay?
All right, so the issue about the CSOs coming here for waiting and think, not one way new. Each year or all the time on issues we get for do with governance, the CSO they can come and give their own views as of waiting and think, say if it be or how it will be. So now the reason we make the head of campaign for good governance Kanaya and give your own views as because they had governance
But not for talk where the person for pay.
But
and the expecter, will be the expecter though. He said how they go pay the money, but why you don't ask her how they spend the money?
Let me look at the
public money, taxpayers' money, over $2 billion. Now you go talk say the time too short. What's kind a fantasy that?
Mr. Jusu, let me look at the procedure then. This summary where the Minister of Finance publish brings so many debates. Parliament get issues with the way how una publish the summary them. Other get rights for get the report first and other not get rights according to the procedure them. Again, other people they wonder say why na that particular time the Ministry of Finance for publish then summary then the other people again they say when they try for divert people their attention, not for talk on the president in 1 year in office.
The president gets so many successes. So anybody will talk that na in view. Be not to lawyer. I don't know the procedures. I can't challenge parliament. Parliament now we own daddy, now we own grandfather. If as I can tell you, we dey cooperate fully with parliament. The past 2 days, we staff the data parliament for support the work. And anybody with the state in that audit report say for refund, they refund.
By June 30.
By June 30, the auditor general say, would that be Minister of Finance for say now that auditor general, if they don't want for reform, let them challenge auditor general say they don't say.
But Parliament don't say this particular reports not to public document it because then self get for SIDOM do them public hearing and before they make recommendation to the government and nobody or any even ACC not for touch that report.
Don't take me to that. That we see the Parliament.
When they talk about the June 30 payment time.
The June 30 payment would not already begin right people then.
But if Parliament said this not to public document it, all man for state.
No, but we don't tell ACC. ACC don't invite some people do not agree already that they pay. You go here within the next 2 days. When some people they tell you say reform, Khadija. Everybody they struggle. You go imagine somebody go take one individual. They go take $2 million. They go telecom company where if account to the people who get for pay for free education. You know, they talk about parliament. So, not to be authority for talk about parliament. Parliament, we respect them. Now their full responsibility. Now they get for guide me what they do and we cooperate with them fully. But we give a report. This is a special audit, not an annual audit. Now a special audit what we do. We don't do several audit. We don't do payroll audit. We catch some people there over how many $1 million. We are now doing in fact auditing on ticketing.
All right. Well,
so government will continue to do audit and make it known to the public.
Well, they can't talk about that particular one I do at the Ministry of Finance. But one message you have get when the government will get now the campaign term now bread and butter issue. So waiting governments they do now for address the actual bread and butter issue for say things are really difficult. But now when you come you say go at the markets there you will not say things are hard.
Well, Asma, you do talk about campaign. Me not to be campaign manager. Me not to be candidate. But we did implement government policies. We did inside the campaign and the manifesto. It did at the state opening of parliament. When President Bio became president, he delivered a statement at the state opening of parliament. And one of the key things that we talked about bread and butter issue. And how would they address her? This 30 we don't do over 40 years, 50 years of the Battle of Sierra Leone. We will continue to do it just like any other country. But what we don't decide for do? We don't enhance the social safety net. When that's how they implement. You see, for instance, women they be there when they deal with them. And I want to talk the bad language. They go campaign they go demonstrate their finance. They be owed $11 billion from 2002. We don't care which government be there in power. Last year, that 11 billion, we paid it all. That's why they address bread and butter issue. Secondly, the social safety net will not talk to World Bank. They don't increase the money. When $30 million. This is physical cash where they get for give the people that are villages. Physical cash. And you get for benefit nearly 500,000 households. $30 million. Me not go for the the sheep, not to be the ghee, etc. That would talk bread and butter issue. The other most critical part for people there, the young man they did in the western area, we say we diversify the economy to create jobs, job and economic transformation. How they do that? Everybody for go school, any free education did it, now they bread and butter did it. You know, they go down street for go big because you get more education, they do something. You don't need to forget degree. Thirdly, we don't give a lot of incentives to companies for let them open factories. Many factories, any factory in this country, where they bring raw material, then they pay about 3%, not even 20%. When they incentivize them. Anybody who do commercial agriculture, equipment, this and that, are free. Anybody who get poultry in this country, anything where they carry with raw material, this and that, are free. Because then they create jobs. Now what they call bread and butter. Not to bread and butter, they go lead on a host, they go give you money. But the bread and butter for diversify the economy in tourism. Diversify the economy in fisheries. Would they enhance the fisheries sector? And again, would they work now on a project of about $30 million for now improve on the private sector environment?
We'll come to you because we don't get plenty text messages. We will therefore push the time by 15 minutes. By 15 minutes inside the program, Good Morning Salone. I think we might lead some problem. DJ will go for what about 10 minutes.
All right. They will come back to the financial secretary. He will continue for explain.
Another morning, I take a man wicked boy, I take a man the boy, I take bamboo. I told that don't see that region to that you were to man the boom. I said the camel to Catalana within a garage. I said, Nami Pass, I said, me will bow away. I said, Nana, that your man of the impossible. I said, we not so never met. I said, wow, start for Pueblo. I left one so I said, authority there. I said, mother. I said, I don't investigate. I don't know where I'm responsible. I said, but I don't soon. And one move, I said, one is done to school. I said, at the authority, they need for the theater, I am man. At the Johnson school, picking and to go through their own mind. At the then say, how they say, you thought that, at the thing that can just make me actually the pipe is a back. At the look down to win on a Pagoti street, at the down to win, at the some man come out with by the 11, 12 o'clock and they walk about it was open his hands, 9 the ball man. Now say, if sanity inspector them in the workman, some man go on the bien by me, not you and I walk about.
All right, we continue with the program. Good Morning Salone. Una don't send una text message them, but just quick public notice. We'll see why they remind all the states and non-state. We'll see why they remind all state and non-state actors say the deadline for the call for proposals now April 30, and una go on the website www.osiwa.org and submit proposal them to the websites. Proposals, then they review them on first come, first serve basis, and proposals received after due date will not be considered. So now the word that when I go to www.osiwa.org and submit on a proposal day by April 30 this year. We get messages then we don't come. We will go look at the messages then they Khadija.
This one they say, Mr. Jusu, what is the change that has occurred when prices of commodities are still going up?
Please, 98.1 ask the FS if seen them like foodstuff we then say not get tax. Why government not go put the price for sale? Cause if foodstuff they up high, na problem.
This one they say, if there has not been tax inflation, why the massive increase in price of basic commodities? Do you have any price mechanism? It come from Kuyate.
This one say, good morning. Kindly ask FS how many of those importers are foreigners versus indigenous. More reason why we need to put premium on our local content here in Sierra Leone. We can fix all of the critical change facing the economy if only the Local Content Act of Sierra Leone is fully implemented. WFP, for instance, should not be importing rice, but to support our local farmers to increase productivity. Please don't. Local content is a bread and butter issue. Anyway, just my thoughts.
This one they say Sajusu is like many others were integral elements in the previous system, and to be boastful, making claims of the first and asking people to challenge him to this one, but like the technical audit which was used as a political tool, so is his speech on radio this morning. Unfortunately, that is what you get when popularized individuals are appointed to such sensitive position. They come out from Freetown Boy.
More message we don't come inside the program. He said they should address the issue of lowering taxes and import duties and creating an enabling environment for foreign direct investment in Sierra Leone. Less resilience on aid from the World Bank. The $230 million will not promote business but assist government on various public sector and benefit consultants.
This one they say, if there is no tax levied on rice, why is imported rice still very expensive? They come out from Lansana.
More message we don't come. Thank you very much, FS, for educating us about their country's economy and building the donor confidence which this country have lost during the last regime. This government inherited a battered economy which will take time to build. God bless you and your ministry for your hard work. From Honorable Style.
This one they say, please ask Sajusu if the money they are all not to loan and they come with huge implication. This is the same process previous government don't they do, and this is another burden to the government.
Mr. FS, the reason rice price will never be reduced is because it's been run by a non-indigenous cartel. You have to be strong and introduce indigenous Sierra Leonean importers for rice and ban the previous importers.
This one they say, please ask the financial sector when this government is going to pay the benefit of past official. Some of these past official are currently suffering not just financially but also socially, mentally, economically, physically and psychologically. Is this fair treatment to people who have served this nation? They come out from Ahmed na FBC.
Do you ask FSA wetin make they not able to regulate rice wey now we staple food like how they regulate fuel price?
More messages. This one they say, how is the economy improving? What has changed, Mr. Jusu? They come out from Manke in Alumni.
This one say it not go be easy for get change now because of the old way they dig for Salone. But with time, I believe the country economy go boom.
This other one they say, if the financial sector want to compare Salone and Ghana, let him compare the health facilities in Ghana and Salone.
Good morning, Radio Democracy, Mr. FS. Now we know all foodstuff are tax-free. If so, then what is responsible for the everyday increment of price in the markets? And are there any measures put in place to make sure these 8 importers respect government policies?
This
all right.
This other one they say the 100 buses not go through any procurement. Please ask Sajusu to show the procurement contract.
More message, Mr. Jusu. How are you supporting Ministry of Trade and Industry to regulate price, because the business people are increasing the price daily? From the message come on from MB Kalon.
All right. From the messages in there, we not say plenty messages then
Message,
coming, but we got to manage the time. We come now to the financial secretary, Sajusu, for later for respond to some of the text messages.
And thank you very much, Texas. The text messages at see the day 3 categories, and the big one relates to prices of things, and the prices of items not to one individual to determine. It deals with the business community, it deals with the country, it deals with the outside world. Anybody who say ever a day, the last 5 years, anything they buy, it no matter who say every day, it don't increase. So changes must will happen, but what you don't want for like it happen. We possibly don't know what he left yesterday. If the onion or tomato we left yesterday at 1,000, it go beat up 1,200. We stabilize, and that's what they do. And everybody know, as they say, if the economy they improve, the challenge we will get relate to the exchange rate. We may see that back with the manage, and how would they do that? We don't see a lot of foreign exchange they carry inside the economy. We don't see from World Bank, like somebody we talk see, that the same thing that they talk. Now loan, World Bank give we $40 billion, that body sit the Bank of Sierra Leone. I go support exchange rate management, now grant, EDB, because of the performance of what the government they do. Initially, the money na be loan, $22 million. They don't convert that to a grant. And that intellectual, we talk about, say, the money of $230 million, it will go to a consultant. Consultant, many of them, 90% of them, me go ensure, see, if I come back to the radio 6 months down the line, then they post a list by project, the 5 projects, they were now $230 million. We are getting more Sierra Leoneans on board that project. As I left there, so they fight the government they do. Today, Sierra Leone, I can say, don't belong to the nations of credibility. When we can go now to the international community, instead of we beg for beat people, now they urge for beat the minister. If I can reach to a point with the split, this man they under, that man the other place. I remember we go to one meeting where one senior donor tell we see if we feel see the bank na ATM, if Salone feel see the bank na ATM, we they go just go plug. But the way they do it now, in 3 months, $230 million, and for next year going forward, it's going to be over $400 million. It's like what the man talked 2 years ago. They don't talk to ATM.
So with all them figure there where they come in, the one they all already come in as grants and all. Moving forward, Mr. FS, when exactly the people go begin see price reduction, when able for get control over the exchange rate and everything?
Well, they now process. Economic management is like human being. You grow from pregnancy to delivery to a baby boy, baby girl. You grow up to become a productive person like you, like husband, like myself. I'm not going to tell you, see, tomorrow or next year, prices are coming down. Nobody, no economist in the world will tell you that. But we have to improve on the processes we do. We say what day in governance today. We get to be responsible. And people that they ask, somebody asks, say, maybe done the part of the integral process. Now a credibility to me. You go to any country, like Botswana, where they do very well. The president, when he did at Botswana, he started as an economist. He go as senior economist, a minister of finance. He go as permanent secretary. He go as vice president. He go as president. You need continuity. You need credibility.
So now food step you want to take?
I know they take that food step there, but I'm happy today that I don't be development planning officer. I don't go study in Senegal. I be a advisor to HIPIC in the world, covering about all Commonwealth countries. I don't go Harvard. I'm still coming here. I'm still here serving Sierra Leone and Financial Secretary.
So it's only you
and I'm happy.
there.
I'm happy that I was part of it. Being director of public debt, I was advising. Today, I'm advising 2 people: my minister, deputy minister, and the presidency. So in that case, I'm happy today to use my knowledge.
Right.
And many people are happy about that.
Plenty issue we come, na issue we come about yes, when we staple food. Una no tax the rest importation of rice tax free, according to which you don't say, and from the text messages then we don't come. But the exchange rates, na the killing problem na so, because even if not tax free, but somebody has sometimes dollar for reach 1 million soon because you almost the 900. How una go help? Because the bank governor don't talk past 3 term now on the same exchange rates, but we still wanna put auction also, but still we see the hike they go up. We mean people they also say we're not able manage the current foreign currency of this country. And so what you go gonna therefore do with exchange rates, because now in the importers that they take for buy.
Exchange rate is a different baby boy. Like we could say twins among family. The way they behave sometimes is different, and not only Sierra Leone. They find like you they compare with a class. What you copy they do where they come first.
So the difference between this comparison,
no,
Mr. FS.
Let me just tell you.
Let just come. The difference, Mr. FS.
No, let me just tell you.
This why you go for wait,
yeah,
because the difference between this the other country them and previous way they talk now. When even campaign be they go on as if this the administration will get for can solve them problem here. So now the issue than they now.
But I'm not talking political. Me just want for be economical and not because a campaign. Me did at the chair.
But you did part of the administration.
Certainly so.
And you know
so.
very well what's in the
I know very well what in the
and
go
you get
on,
so much expertise
and we are addressing.
in the economy.
We are taking measures. We are taking measures.
You confident of the measures there, Mr.
Certainly
FS?
so.
Then they work really.
I have to be confident. I mean, let me tell you. Me now the first financial secretary, we are not considered with 98.1 for discuss with.
Well,
my
we
people.
appreciate that.
Thank you very much. And I don't want for make one thing about economics. Now people they behavioral pattern. Beyond this point, I no go talk without hold $500 million na in hand. And what you do. But what they try for tell you, even with the exchange rate, where people they pamper, where they talk a lot about. It's not only Sierra Leone. Here is Ghana where we all they admire, because I see that the WhatsApp by saying people they talk. Ghana government of itself does a special commission of inquiry, say bipartisan, for let them investigate what did happen to the exchange rate. If you know when they get oil, we don't get oil. They get oil, we don't get oil, but we still they manage. You go to Liberia, you go to Guinea. You compare their exchange rate and inflation, price changes. Anybody when they go do business to Guinea, they go tell you, say, where I go last month, where I don't cancel, it's different. No?
Right.
So the exchange rate is matter of patience, is matter of understanding, is something where not, let me tell you first, foreign exchange, money na commodity, like what you buy.
So we they can wrap up. But
so what you don't produce, you get for manager, and by the foreign, excuse me, but we don't get $40 million from World Bank. It is with Bank of Sierra Leone. We they get $22 million. World Bank don't commit for the first time in the history of Sierra Leone and Africa. They give $100 million as a conclusion, but just support grant free.
Okay, so
to help us that we help us with the budget. You're not gonna be a country, a rogue state, pariah state. You're not gonna be a country where you rely for let donors tell you say we give $100 million.
All right, Mr. FS, let me look at that review on Abindona Ministry of Finance. We'll be get the Chief Innovator Officer, and I make mention of an investigation I do wherein people may be pay themselves or increase on their self salaries also. Waiting at the status of that issue there.
Well, last year I called an investigation into the payroll of Ministry of Finance. All the agencies within the other Ministry of Finance. Because the two key challenges we get on the budget, now the wage bill and the debt service. The two of them, they account for 85% of the revenue we NRA they collect. But this country be not turned, it be not turned to a country ABC. Any agency, the car would have said on here, you can't today ask by you that the chief executive say, Khadija, I don't increase the salary by 50 million. Asma, your salary now 100 million. So all the agencies, all the boards, who call the Soviet agency, they increase the salary how they like, without reference to Minister of Finance. I said, let's start with Minister of Finance. So I called in the internal auditor. He check. He proves say there are instances where it be say people that may increase salaries without the due process. Finance Secretary don't know, Minister of Finance don't know. Then I subject this thing as I give to the Chief Innovator, State House. I give her. They give the database, including Mr. Sesame, own name and everything. They go present the report. It still collaborates people that may increase salary. We know what to say. In terms of the way forward, we recommend for all of them for go on suspension. The next step is that we ask we partners for support for do forensic audit on the payroll and the software system we will get, so that everybody go know. Because why be like technical forensic audit? I don't go to forensic audit department where they do debt management. I can see paper. I know see this paper that today the writer or yesterday the writer.
Okay.
So with that, and secondly, the biggest challenge again we will pursue is that the procurement. And one big challenge about procurement and ticket. As per you don't go America a lot. When you go America for come back, economy class, it costs you 1,500, 2,000. Government ticket, then they go Liberia and back, now 41 million, 4,800. Ivory Coast, 3,300. Ghana, 1,200. So I institute investigation on that. People they still they investigate them. So this time, some of the things then about the payroll, not only the payroll, they move forward, because the president don't talk say we have to be we get for sanitize the day. They will see we do well. But I want for also conclude for the debate we don't generate over the technical audit, and that we want for repeat Auditor General not be add the figures. He talk about the individual, anybody we name mentioned or where they state in the audit report, you get right for reject. But we as economists, like how they do in the budget, we add up. What we add up, we accounted for refund, for be investigated, now 1,036,501,676.35. We stand by that and we go by that. Parliament right now they call the people there. Nobody don't deny it. They already don't go parliament. Nobody don't deny it. Mr. Sasanga for goodie. Nobody don't go deny it.
All right, thank you
So
very much.
thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, well, then at the Financial Secretary, Sir Jusu, want to tell you thank you for where you take you to Mekana studio this morning. We want to tell plenty thank you to Michael Sambola, Alex Lawrence, my team, we produce the program, and the rest of the Good Morning Salone team. Until then, Mina Asma James, they say goodbye.
And Mina Khadija Bangwa, they say have a nice day.
All right, so I'm then stay tuned and continue for listening to Radio Democracy. As soon as we get information, we'll let you know out there. Let's just wish you the very best out there and send a very special good morning to all we constant listeners them out there. Good morning to you, Master